Welcome to Home of Distinction by Celebration Contracting, showcasing the latest in eco-conscious design, materials, and decorating trends. I'm Sarah Cody. Construction began last winter and the exterior shell quickly began to take shape, but then the building process shifted, becoming specialized and unique. The state-of-the-art structure is called a passive home. Extreme care has been taken to build an energy-efficient house where all power is produced on site. Now let's take a look at the magic behind the walls by meeting the experts who built this one-of-a-kind retreat with gorgeous views of Guilford's shoreline. This Home of Distinction is in Guilford in an incredibly special location. Tell me what we're looking out to here. I mean, it's gorgeous.
It's absolutely beautiful. This is one of the most picturesque building lots we've ever worked on.
So Joe, in terms of a passive house, the windows are really important.
Absolutely. The passive house windows, these are triple pane windows, which are just tremendously energy efficient, and they're planned in such a way where there's shading over them so you don't absorb too much heat into the building in the summer when the sun is, high in the sky and hot, but that it's when the sun is low in the sky in the winter, you do get to absorb all of that passive gain from the sun, so it really actually contributes to the overall efficiency of the house. It's the first time we've actually used a triple pane window, and when you operate them, they're just really strong and they feel solid, and it's really neat. Very interesting thing about the passive house is that in the event of a prolonged power outage, even in the winter, your pipes won't freeze. It's very sustainable in those ways, which I find to be really interesting.
And when you live on the coast, you have to consider those things.
You do, yeah, absolutely.
And behind the walls, there's magic. The experts at Celebration Contracting of Madison are building what's called a passive house.
Highly energy efficient in the way it's built. The walls are much thicker. The energy aspect of it is much higher as far as what it doesn't lose in energy. This house will have a very nice solar array on it, so it will be actually a net zero energy house. So we'll use...
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And the client is very much in thinking of the future, because as energy costs go up, his energy use and his energy costs will be almost nothing when he takes in what he uses from the sun and what he doesn't spend from utilities. I mean, the heating component and the cooling component of this house is extremely low. It's been a big part of Europe for a long time, especially Germany, but I think it's really getting strong here.
Okay, so this is the upstairs where there will be 4 bedrooms, is that correct?
Yeah, and actually they have an exercise studio that they're going to build. That's
excellent.
Really nice. Yeah, and here is the master bedroom.
Beautiful. That's a big space.
It's a very big space. It's a little bit of a volume space. We push the rafters up a little bit so they can get a little bit of a sense of openness. Yeah. But you get an idea what the insulation's like a little bit with the foam. So these homes are actually much healthier, much more comfortable, much quieter. You could go anywhere in the house and it's always the same temperature.
This spectacular 3,500 square foot home is a teaching tool showing the benefits of sustainability.
Even if you're not in a position to go, to the full extent of a passive house like this, there are elements of it that can make a great difference, sort of in everyone's home or in, modest renovations and things. When folks turn out for the tours of Home of Distinction, they'll be passing through the beautiful town of Guilford. Brian, give me a feel for Guilford. What's the town all about?
Well, I'll tell you, Sarah, we're standing here on our green, the town green, which is about 8 acres, and people just enjoy. 2014 was our 375th anniversary. We've had numerous events throughout the whole year, trying to involve the community, the schools, all ages, young to old.
So when people are done with their tour of Home of Distinction, they can come into Guilford, they can go to one of your great restaurants. What else can they do?
Oh, they can take one of our walking tours or Segway tours. They can visit one of our 2 beaches.
Shoreline views include this iconic red shack on Grass Island.
We have 5 historic museums. The Whitfield House, which is just down the road, was built in 1639. It's the oldest stone house, at least in Connecticut, if not all of New England. Reading about the Homes of Distinction, I mean, you're talking about a very eco-friendly home. Guilford's community is very energy aware, conscious of those kinds of things. So to have a home like this be featured, it really kind of reflects a lot of the attitude of the town.
Low-cost energy is a thing of the past, and we have to adapt to that.
Architect Philip Campus designed the stunning Guilford home called a passive house.
It means that you take a conventional home and you change it to make it extremely helpful, extremely efficient, very comfortable and affordable.
He has now worked on several of these houses, which use 70 to 85% less energy than most homes.
This is the first fully completed passive house I've done. Look how it looks like a regular house.
Windows are key in reducing energy consumption and lowering bills.
Early January, when it was about 18 degrees outside one morning, about 6:30 a.m., when the builder and the workers walked in the house, it was 66 degrees.
That's amazing.
But the heat was not on. It wasn't working. In Europe, there are about 25,000 of them.
And the trend here is growing.
I was always interested in energy efficiency and passive solar designs and things like that, but when I encountered a passive house, it kind of brought everything together.
The high-performance windows made by Munster Joinery in Ireland, distributed here by Clearwall, are an integral part of a certified passive home.
Normally we have a double pane window, that's what most people put in, but in these particular windows we have a triple pane window, so it's twice as energy efficient as your Energy Star window, for example. If we bring the handle to the horizontal position, the window tilts open, which is wonderful, so it allows fresh air in, but it's also very secure. With one more turn, you can actually open it. These frames are filled with a foam insulation, so there's very little heat gets out in the wintertime and very little heat gets in the summertime. So they're secure, they're comfortable, they're energy efficient, and they also give good noise protection. So there's a lot of science goes into these windows, and that's why we can say they're not just energy efficient but also super comfort windows. These doors are fascinating because they have this 8-point multi-locking system. This system here provides security and excellent airtightness. The windows are like the eyes of a building, and we got to have a good connection with the landscape. So we can have very large windows and doors like this without any compromise on energy and comfort.
A smart house with a cool aesthetic. More eco-conscious tips from Home of Distinction coming up. Home of Distinction is sponsored in part by the following companies. Welcome back to Home of Distinction.
It's like a self-fulfilling house. It runs itself.
Insulation is a vital component of passive technology.
The full envelope is the rafters, the walls, and the basement. The whole house is enclosed in insulation.
Upstairs, Sky Property Services of Ansonia sprays open cell foam, which grows, creating 12 inches of insulation, R value 49.
You know, you can see in the chemical that there's no holes, there's no pores.
It feels like styrofoam, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is styrofoam.
What this particular house is being done is called an unvented assembly. So there's no soffit vents or ridge vent to keep the airflow contained within the house.
No allergens are let in from outside.
They chose to do cellulose insulation downstairs. Cellulose is a recycled newspaper product mixed with boric acid. So you got 6 inches of cellulose, a 2-inch air gap, then another 6-inch wall that's going to be filled with cellulose.
Wow.
Which is the most we've ever done.
This is a really high-tech, environmentally friendly house. Do you think that we're going to be seeing a lot more homes built in this way?
Oh, definitely. Within 7 years, within 5 years, you'll see a payback because it's such a reduced cost on your utilities that's going to reimburse you for the money you spent in the front.
This water furnace geothermal heat pump is located on the 2nd floor.
The metallic ducts here are for the heating and air conditioning system, the supplies and returns for the 2nd floor. And the white tubes that you see behind them are actually the air recovery system.
It doesn't require much space.
As you see, this is the size of the unit. There's no chimney, so we don't have to locate it next to a chimney or be able to access a flue going out of the house. Normal application would be in the basement, ducted up through on your average house. This particular house, being a passive house, they try to cut down on penetrations from the building envelope, so it is actually in the living space here. This unit utilizes the ground, which is a stable 50 degrees in Connecticut, to be able to heat and cool the house. So we're always able to extract heat out of the earth. We circulate water through the ground bring it back up into this unit.
Perfect for a passive house.
There's no combustion, there's no fuel used. It does run on electricity, but it runs on a very small amount of electricity. If you match it with solar panels, you're basically utility free. With oil prices rising, gas prices rising, geothermal heat pumps have become a very efficient way to heat or cool a home.
A&B Cooling and Heating of South Windsor can even work this system into an existing home.
About a third of our work is retrofit work right now. We've had some customers that, younger couples that buy a house, heating system's old, they want to add air conditioning, the house maybe didn't have air conditioning. We can go in and comparably price, put a geothermal system in for the same price as changing a boiler and adding air conditioning and things like that. They certainly can be retrofitted. We pride ourselves on our workmanship, our duct systems, and making sure the installations are right.
Borders have become popular. A medallion in the entryway has become very popular.
Options are clearly on display at Neil's Wood Flooring in Brantford, family-owned since 1976.
Everything on the floor that you see here is actually a pre-finished product, so people get an idea of what it looks like in their home.
Owners of Home of Distinction headed to the unfinished section.
In the master bedroom, that really was the area that they really spent a lot of time to try to figure out what was the right look and feel for them. And we actually wound up with 3 different products. Being able to see them on the floor, I think, gave them a better perspective of what they would look like with their furniture and how it would match up with their style. And the winner really became the walnut.
In terms of the green aspect of this house, the kids actually chose a sustainable wood for their rooms?
They did. The kids actually each chose bamboo, pre-finished, which is considered a green product.
2014 was an exciting year for Neil's.
We merged with Del Rocco Floors, which was a family-owned business in Brantford for a long period of time. Carpet, tile, vinyl, also did some hardwood flooring, so it really was a good match for them and for us.
A quick refinish or a brand new floor gives the house a fresh feel.
I have the ability to change it, so it's not there forever, but I do think it does give warmth and comfort to the home.
We're here at the beautiful Bender showroom in Waterbury with our old friend Dave Kane. So here at Bender, you offer all sorts of countertops.
We do, and a lot of people don't know this, so that we want to get the word out. It's not just about faucets and not just about sinks. It's also about countertops. We're standing in front of this marble top. I love it.
It's beautiful.
The lines are so unique.
This is an interesting piece that we're standing at. It seems almost like a bar, something that might be an art piece, a focal point in your home.
It's such a focal point. Let's face it, we have parties where do people gather. They always end up in the kitchen. How great is this? This sink is so unique to itself. It's a trough. You could dump glasses of water in it, but you can also fill it up with ice and perhaps put champagne in it, or even fill it up with shrimp cocktail.
Right, wouldn't that be nice?
Awesome?
That would be great.
This countertop will bring an ordinary kitchen to make it extraordinary, and it's actually affordable now.
Home of Distinction will feature Bender counters.
The Home of Distinction in Guilford is a passive house, an environmentally friendly house, and choosing a granite countertop is bringing sort of the earth inside. So a homeowner can kind of look at the color of the granite and choose the cabinets around that, pull some of the color out.
You can, Sarah. You can design your kitchen around the granite piece. And again, no 2 granites are the same. It's like a snowflake.
Bender has 7 locations in Connecticut.
An individual comes into Bender, they are going to get customer service from the start right to the finish of their project. The kitchen is the focal point of your home, and it is the hub of your home, and the countertop is definitely the star of the show.
Part of the proceeds from the tours of Home of Distinction will benefit the Shoreline Greenway Trail. This is really beautiful, very exciting for the state chip.
It is. It's exciting for us too. It goes through 5 towns. It starts here in Madison, it goes to Guilford, Brantford, East Haven, and then into New Haven, where it will terminate at Lighthouse Point. This section was built entirely by volunteers. The decking lets the sunlight in so the marsh can grow below.
The 25-mile trail begins at Hammonasset State Park.
This is the Hammonasset campground on our right.
The incredible shoreline comes into view.
That's Hammonasset Beach out there and the marsh leading up to it. Isn't it nice?
Beautiful.
Some of it goes through beautiful forests, others is more downtown. We know from research all around the country that communities where trails exist are much healthier communities. This is a huge project. It's an all-volunteer effort, citizen supported. So yes, we need people who are willing to write us a check and people who will come out and help us. People are loving it. There are people here all the time, all year round.
Home of Distinction is sponsored in part by the following companies. Welcome to Fox Connecticut's Home of Distinction by Celebration Contracting, showcasing the latest in materials, designs, and decorating trends.
We're standing in front of one of your exclusive listings, an amazing property.
It is. This is 50 Cachiko Ave in Brantford. It's out of the flood zone, which is the biggest hit on waterfront properties. There's rental opportunity in the guest house, and you've got tremendous views.
Byron Lazine works for Seaport Real Estate Group with William Pitt Sotheby's International Realty.
It's like you're looking out to a painting.
It's just a beautiful view. It really seems like it goes on forever.
He is involved in the Home of Distinction project, selling the owner's current house. He believes passive technology will spark interest.
The passive home on the Home of Distinction is going to be completely off the grid. So you've got geothermal, you've got solar power. It's an amazing opportunity to save money and help the environment.
Outdoor living has become very popular, and you see the fire pit here. You can imagine these dinners by the sunset, and it's really beautiful.
It really is. This is really like your own little restaurant. You can come out here, especially if you're a chef, a home chef, you can come out here and just enjoy everything you've got. Eat out here. You can really almost have a full 3 seasons here in Connecticut with the outdoor living space.
That way, it's a very special area.
It is. We've got Thimble Islands out this way. We're looking at Long Island Sound, and it's just a beautiful view. It really seems like it goes on forever, right?
Yeah, it does.
Lazine uses tomorrow's technology today, such as drone photography.
You capture certain photos that you can't with a standard camera from the ground. So from the air, you can see the actual community that's surrounding it. Our affiliate, Sotheby's International Realty with William Pitt, is the largest affiliate in the company, 28 offices, Connecticut, New York, and Massachusetts. And Seaport Real Estate Group has hitched our wagon to Sotheby's because it really offers us the best exposure for our clients.
Now, if you were here, you would never want to leave.
No, this is great outdoor living. So you've got the fire space, you've got the view, and that's really what it's all about. If the homeowner has pride of ownership, we'll take the property on and we'll give you $1 million marketing in any price range.
So Sarah, Bishop's Orchards has been here for years and years. It's a staple in Guilford.
It is. We've been here for over 140 years, 1871. My great-great-great-grandfather is the one who started it.
Once a dairy, this apple farm is also home to a grocery store filled with fresh produce, home goods, and more.
We carry meats, frozen foods. We have a full operating bakery.
Bishop's is stocking the shelves at the Home of Distinction tours.
We figured what better place to put, natural, healthy products into the pantry, into the refrigerator, to go with that entire theme.
There aren't many grocery stores where you find this. There is a wine bar.
Most recently, we've gone into sparkling wines, and we also do hard cider as well.
So this is really what people love to come out and do at this time of year, pick your own berries.
That's it. We're a destination. Local farm, people can get their hands dirty, actually pick what they're going to be eating so they know it can't get any fresher than that. And then of course we go into the fall, we've got pears, apples, pumpkins, and then we have a sunflower maze, a corn maze. So there's something to do. It matters to us to be in the community, to give back to the community what they've given to us.
Xfinity Home is a product that is home security, but it's so much more than that.
Monitor for fires, break-ins, but also find ease in technology through Comcast. From this command center.
There's even extra apps in there as well, so you can see your news, things like there's a weather channel in here so you can see what's going on.
A smartphone or tablet, folks can manage their homes.
A very simple device like this plugs into your wall and it talks to the system. And whatever you plug into here, it will control. I heard from a lot of customers loved it at Christmas time. We have a light set up here. I can turn this light on.
Look at that.
Work the thermostat remotely and lower bills.
There's been examples we've heard from some of our customers about going to the beach, turning off your AC at your house so you're not wasting it all day long. When you get in the car to drive home, then you turn it on. There's actually even advantages when you talk to your home insurance, that once you have a security system. This is really a great way for folks to be able to save some money.
So if you're worried about your pet, which happens to me, you can just peek in.
Right, you bring it right up here through the cameras, and then you can see the feed is going right into the living room.
Find peace of mind while saving money.
And it's pretty cool and fun too.
So Bryant, the shingles going on the Home of Distinction are practically high-tech.
Yeah, I guess you could say they're high-tech. They're our James Hardie individual shake products. Our siding is made out of fiber cement, which is comprised of Portland cement, wood cellulose fibers, and water.
These work really well for a home that's right on the coast here, like Home of Distinction?
Yeah, James Hardie fiber cement siding, it's engineered specifically for the climate it's being used in. And we're able to stand up to high winds, driving rain, 10 inches of snow on a Friday and 50 degrees on a Saturday. We want you to look at this product and not be able to differentiate it from a wood product that you would see normally in New England.
When you think cement, you think this is going to be heavy, but it's not. It really isn't.
You're absolutely right. And what's great about this product too is it's a cement product, but it comes pre-finished in 23 different colors.
Oh, wow.
So once it goes up on the house, it's already finished.
This environmentally friendly, non-combustible product with a 30-year warranty comes in a variety of architectural looks.
We do all the trim for around the windows. We also do all the corner boards. We pretty much cover the whole exterior envelope of a house from house wrap all the way out. You're going to get the look of wood, the low maintenance and durability of a manufactured product, but you're not going to lose out on any of those architectural looks. It's really going to look authentic.
Tours of this incredible property kick off Friday, October 31st through November 2nd and benefit Camp Current, Hartford's oldest free summer day camp serving the city's youth, and the Shoreline Greenway Trail, a 25-mile walk and bike path stretching through 5 towns. Visit homeofdistinction.com for ticket information. Next week, see the finished product, the tasteful furnishings that warm up a room, the design accents that put a personal stamp on a home. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time for more eco-conscious tips from Home of Distinction.